Welcome to the Enemies of the Fire podcast. This week we start with a headless Marie Antoinette. We talk U.S. soccer and their space in the Olympics. We also go over Leagues Cup because I guess we have to. And again, contractually obligated to mention the Fire, not to mention a special treat where we get very fashionable. Gentlemen, I am FC Neo Tokyo. That is Jaymes. That is DPG. How are we doing this week, guys? What is up?
You know
what's like up?
It's been it feels like we're in a bit of a soccer malaise at the moment. So you got World Cup soccer going on, you got MLS going on, but really not because it was Leagues Cup. And it's been happening.
That's kind of the vibe. There's some stuff going on, but nothing concrete. Like even transfer rumors are kind of just they're rumors.
What
like we already
with that. It's the end of
I got a feeling that Heights might either get promoted away from the Fire. They're not letting him spend money. It points towards that. I mean, otherwise.
Well, I didn't even just mean the Fire. I meant like globally.
Oh no!
Because like what's the hotness for us? Like Antoine Griezmann going to LA. You know what I mean? Like that's about it. Beyond that, like what are we doing, man? You know, So speaking of that, the Olympics is going on, which I don't know how. I mean, we are all the way back. Heavy metal is satanic again. The U.S. got out of the group stage of a competition. We are all the way back.
You had to go for the controversy, man.
So anyway, the U.S. won again today. So they started out this tournament. We talked a little bit of shit about how poorly and how much Greg Berhalter ball they were playing when they lost to France, and then they just whooped up on New Zealand and Guinea. So, I mean, yeah, you guys, we as a collective haven't watched an F ton of any of this, but we've seen some of it, you know, and
paying attention. And I hear that the U.S. women's national team is playing the best soccer that they've played. In the last few years.
I have not caught any of that.
They've been scoring. I mean, maybe not last match. They tied 0-0 to Costa Rica, but they've been doing what they need to do. Or am I looking at the correct thing? No, hold on. I thought.
Yeah, I don't know what they've done. That I'm a bad fan. I have heard that Trinity Rodman is finally blossoming into the player that her promise showed, which is good. I mean, it begs the question is, again, bad fan. I can't think of her name. The coach, Emma Hayes.
Emma Hayes. She's doing a stupendous job.
She finally like cracked the Trinity Rodman code.
Absolutely, right? She's unlocked them. She's done what the previous coach Vlaco could not.
Vlaco.
They're winning. They're figuring it out. They know what they're doing, and they're dominating. U.S. women's national team should go out and beat 90% of the teams just on showing up. It's those last 10% that they're still capable. The women's game is ahead of the men's game by light years. Light years. The U.S.
Well, they've won both their opening games, right? They beat Germany for sure, and I don't know who else they played, but yeah, I mean they have been light years ahead. Obviously, you're going to hear a lot about they had a head start, but like look at what England's head start with the Premier League versus Major League Soccer is. You know what I mean? Like, sure, we had a head start, right? But
no, America is behind the 8 ball. I'm sorry, U.S. men's. The men's.
No, not
league,
men's. I'm talking the women.
Oh,
the women had a head
light
start.
Years ahead.
But
that's the thing. Now you also have to consider the culture. There's a culture of women's soccer in America from the youth level up to the top level, up to college, which is just another ground for growth. For nurturing these types of players. That's why America has so many players just coming out of their wazoo for the women's game. Yes, they have that investment on the men's game, but the men's game has these deviations where other sports come in and pluck various athletes from, sometimes that happens.
College.
Also, it's almost a bit harder to find the better male players. It's easier to find some of the best of the women's players because of how dominant they are against the other women. The men equal some of the dominance of these what could be future megastars out, and where maybe they end up not getting scouted and passed on.
Well, I mean, America is a hotbed of talent, and I don't, everybody's saying the world is caught up. Well, like the world kind of caught up in basketball too, and we're still trashing them. You know what I mean? Like the fact of the matter remains that the women's team is a juggernaut, and it's a constant production of talent.
Guys, the reason that is also, I was just realizing, it's because women's game in other nations is just not nearly as developed. Where when we all have daughters, we're going to be pushing them into the game of soccer at the local rec league, where cultures like cultures all over the world aren't as supportive as they are for women's leagues and for youth women's, and they're getting their kids out there. Yeah, they might play with their little brothers when they're home or around the block, but we have an organized soccer from the ground up for girl youths, which there is a culture of which getting so many of them involved, where a lot of other cultures just don't do that.
That's changing.
And that is changing, but that's also why America is so far ahead of the game.
Well, I have a fear about women's soccer that I think we almost have we are allowing the rest of the world to catch up faster than they should, because we as a society didn't support it when the greatest collection of women's soccer by leaps and bounds was in this country. We didn't show up to the games. We didn't pay the we didn't pay the women. We just let abuse run rampant. And now NWSL is maybe not the best league in the world.
They did pave the way though, because they had to break red tape. That didn't exist until they just ran through that and made it exist. So the support wasn't there.
And we're being honest. A lot of these women teams in European are backed by, super clubs of Europe. That's a lot of money behind these teams.
Yes, it is.
You're not going to get that kind of financial support here. Over there, it's like they're using the same training grounds probably as the men's team.
Not always. There's a whole episode. There's a couple episodes in that Wrexham documentary which shows a big leap, and they even, which was interesting, they kind of sat and talked about it. They were like, we feel pretty shitty about it, but we had to fix the men's thing first, and then now this year we're doing the women's stuff, going in an order, right? And unfortunately the women came second. But you can see where they went from 3 years of just a huge jump in investment. It's wild. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like you're right. These big teams are backing these teams, and we may have missed our opportunity to have the quote unquote the Premier League in soccer in America.
Think about it. Had to been established in the 50s, and then it would have been supported by the culture. It just never.
We could have done it 10 years ago. Had we?
Well, here's the thing, though, is like you're kind of getting in a situation where now you have the Red Stars struggling to find a place to play.
Well, the whole Jaymes
struggling to find a place to practice. When you read,
they don't have a place to practice
part of the time because they get kicked out from the youth leagues.
They can't even get a place to either practice or even play. They got to play sometimes at Wrigley, So
well, that was awesome, but
35,000 set a record for them.
But Jaymes and we were talking about that Cranes article, and we'll probably mention that in the Fire segment of the show. But they talked about the Red Stars a little bit in there, and not only is the Red Stars secondary, citizens to the Fire as far as practice grounds there in Bridgeview. So they have to practice later in the day. They actually, their games get scheduled around Fire youth stuff. The Fire youth games take precedent. And then on top of that, they got booted out for a scheduled game because Riot Fest. I mean, I'm part of the problem, right? But like, I barely, this is the first season I bought tickets to the Fire, let alone another team, right?
That's a lot
it's
of games
like
to go to and a lot of concession stands to buy.
There's a lot of money to spend in this city, man, and sometimes you pick your battles. But
I mean, like I said, European club teams, they have a lot of money supporting these the female teams, and that's great because at least that's hey, we're at that level, we're at that point now where you have your Barcelonas and Real Madrids, backing these women's teams, and then probably giving them access, to the same type of equipment that the men's side has, or their own.
Well, hold on. What is the face of women's soccer right now? It's no longer an American. It's no longer Megan Rapinoe.
It's not Mouse Watson?
No. What is the face
Gold?
of women's soccer?
The gold lady?
The lady who told the cop to shut his white ass up. Miss Sam Kerr. We could still be in a Sam Kerr reign of terror here in the city of Chicago, and we're not. She's in London playing for Chelsea.
Which is, to me, well, here's the thing. You hear Chelsea, and we think Chelsea men's. Chelsea women's is maybe a little bit different animal than Chelsea men's.
No, they're the number 2. Well, they're right there with Lyon and Barcelona as the 3 best women's teams in Europe.
And they probably all have studs in every position, too.
And think about it this way, too. We're just talking about, these club teams, but keep in mind, there's a bunch of stuff that goes along with it. You got your world-class nutritionists, you have world-class doctors available, all sorts of stuff. The current league here, you might not get that same type of, I guess support behind it, but I mean, it's still managing. But compared to Europe, I think the European leagues caught on, man. That's it. They're pulling the same thing. They're pulling the same thing that MLS is doing right now, and the Premier League's happening over there. So, big money.
I just hope we didn't lose the opportunity because, look how badly and how big of a inferiority complex we have with MLS versus, say, the top 5 leagues in the world. How great would it have been to have NWSL as the premier league in the world for women's soccer?
But
that would have been freaking cool.
You know how you break that in MLS? Get rid of the salary cap. You have to put pro and rel. That's it.
I mean, you say that, but I still think we're way closer to the Premier League being in a shut system than we are to MLS having pro rel.
I don't think the Premier League's going to be a shut system, bro. I think they're always going to have the pro rel. I mean, come on.
There's a lot of money to be had, man. There's a lot of money being greedy.
You think guys like what's his face? Ryan Reynolds and the other guy. We always call him the other guy.
Deadpool?
You think those guys yeah, you don't think those guys are investing this much money because they're trying to get ready for the Premier League or sell it to someone? We were talking about.
Well, once they're in the Premier League, man, they'll want to pull that ladder up behind them. Like, no, let's shut the shit down.
Yeah, let's sell it.
Did you guys see Deadpool and Wolverine?
Not yet.
Did you? Oh, I did not, but I did see that there was a Welsh Deadpool in there.
There was.
And do you know who that Welsh Deadpool was?
No, who was it?
Patrick Mullen.
Oh,
from Wrexham, the striker.
The striker.
There's pictures of it online, dude.
Wow, I was
with him with the mask off.
Yeah, okay.
So
there's a scene where
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, there's a scene with all these Deadpools, and not to play spoiler, but yeah, there's apparently all of them are a lot of cameos. His wife,
for real.
His wife is Lady Deadpool.
Oh, that's rad. But yeah, so the Welsh guy is Patrick Mullen, the striker.
Oh man, that's cool, man. At least Ryan Reynolds tried to add that in, showing some love.
I enjoyed it.
I'm trying to watch it. It's hard to watch with kids.
That is not one you watch with kids.
Really? They're not interested in it?
0%.
I gotta get my mother-in-law to babysit or something.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Is there stuff in there that kids shouldn't see?
It's a rated R movie. Actually, it's the #1 rated R movie.
I thought you meant the show. Sorry.
Oh no, okay. Deadpool. No, Deadpool is #1 rated R movie in as far as
I feel you. Yeah.
Apparently, they got 200 something million or something. So they beat their own record.
Kids. All right, I'm sorry. I thought you meant welcome to Wrexham.
No,
I'm like,
derailed.
What am I missing?
Absolutely derailed. And speaking of
anyway,
derailed,
wait. Out of 5 stars, what would you give it? No, we're totally. We are derailed now.
All right. Well, the movie, I was. It was the start solid, the middle little good at parts, draggy a little at parts, but all the movie, they're just throwing stuff at you that it's just a fun ride. The end, there's a bit of an ending, and then the ending is really awesome, and then the real ending is okay, and then. But along the way, you feel things. There's a little teary-eyed moments, quite a few chuckles. Definitely so many callbacks that you just don't want to get spoiled on, and it was awesome.
I'm gonna go watch it.
It was fun. Go watch the other. You don't even need to watch the other 2 Deadpools. But
I would watch
not
the
liking
second.
The first one. I would actually watch them all again because there are characters and references that are going to come up again. You're gonna be like, all right.
All right, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that was our breakdown of the Olympics.
Go see Deadpool and Wolverine.
Wow.
Go see Deadpool Wolverine. Hit the like button. We'll be back to talk. What do you guys want to talk? I don't care what you want to talk about. We'll be back talking about something. Peace.
All right, I'll show you first. It's a normal deck of cards. It's nothing funny going on. Cut the cards. 7. Cut the cards again. It's a 5. And cut the cards in half for me.
3.
No, in half.
No,
yeah. Right, so I'm going to tell you a story about what happened to me. Even I was walking down the street. I met these girls that were these 2 redheads. I was walking, speaking to them for 1, 2, 3 minutes. Then their friends came over. It was 2 brunettes. Said, "Hi, I'm Jedi. Nice to meet you." Said, "What are you doing tonight?" They said, "Oh, we're going to a party at 673 King Street." I said, "How much is it to get in?" They said, "It's 25 quid." I said, "How much?" I said, 25 quid. So, I'm walking down to them. Then someone rings me. I said, "Hello, Jedi speaking. Who is it?" I said, "Oh, what are you doing tonight?" I said, "Oh, I'm going up to a party with these girls at 700 and something King Street." And the girls knew that was wrong. They said, No. It's 673 King Street." I said, "Oh, my bad. Sorry, it's 673 King Street." Do you remember how much it was to get in? 25 quid. Said, "All I've got on me is £10." The bouncer said, "Don't lie." I said, "All right, I've got £40, but that's all I've got. Can you give me a good table with them at least?" They said, "Yeah, no problem, Jedi, I'll sort you out." So I cut the cards again. So when we got there, we ended up going into the casino, and everyone wanted me to cut cards for them, give them a good hand so that they'd win. So the first guy said, "Can you give me a pair of 4s and 3 8s?" I said, "Yeah, that's fine." There's 3 8s. Next guy said, "Oh, I want to beat that. Can you give me 4 9s?" So I said, "Yeah, that's fine." My friend who I walked in with, he said, "Can you give me an 8 and 4 aces?" I said, "No problem. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4. Everyone looked at me and said, "Jedi, you're not going to beat that hand." And then I turn around and pull out with a flush.
Nah. Yeah.
All right, welcome back, fellow enemies of the fire. And since we did the Olympics such justice, we actually thought we'd talk a little bit about the U.S. men's team here, like at least the players.
Georgia Mihailovic, he's an Olympian. How awesome is that?
Well, most people, most people weren't very psyched about that until earlier today.
It just hit me. The moment struck me, and I realized, oh, that's pretty awesome. Georgia Mihailovic is an Olympian. It's not every day. Guy from Illinois gets to become an Olympic soccer player.
Yeah, from Bridgeview to Paris, man.
Yeah,
that's the natural progression. But so Mihailovic had an amazing free kick, but not really an amazing tournament. But the scuttlebutt from what I've seen, I've only seen two of the games. I feel like Tanner Tessman's getting a ton of love, which you guys were like, I know that's a human that exists. And then Kevin Paredes is getting some love, but for me, he's getting all sorts of love. He scored 2 goals today. I don't think he's been that bad. He was a defensive liability in the first game, but it's France. I think the entire program of U.S. soccer is deficient in defending France. And then I guess Tolkien's looking to get a move. I don't, of all of the countries he's linked to, I kind of still think Hungary's probably the best place for him. But
Really? What? Oh, are you still Tolkien playing for Hungary or for USA in Hungary?
No, he's no. I just mean with his political beliefs.
Oh
no, Tolkien's linked to like Anderlecht and Salzburg and all the incestuous Red Bull and non-Red Bull, but like to play Red Bull type soccer in the Western Europe there. So that's who he's linked with. I don't know who Tessman's linked with. Somebody in Spain, right?
He's linked with Fiorentina along with
in Serie A. Yeah,
and so is McKinnie. But what's interesting about Tanner Tessman is he's got 4 names. Francis Tanner Jaymes Tessman is his name. He's 22 years old. He's from Birmingham, Alabama.
Soccer hotbed of the United States, baby.
He's 6'2". You can't teach height, and he's a midfielder.
You can't teach height.
Calling Peter Crouch.
So this guy's 22. He's worth $7 million. He's been going up in value according to Transfer Market, just year over year. He doubled his value from March. From March, he was at 4.5. Now he's rated $7 million worth on the transfer market.
Wasn't he a FC Dallas product too?
He is an FC Dallas product.
FC Dallas product lent, and he went from Dallas to Venezia for the fee of $3.6 million.
So not only did he raise his value, but he raised his value at a time where he played for a relegated team. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they believe that's the one thing about them. That team believed in the project. Like, they kept him aboard. Now, did they keep Gianluca aboard or did he move? I felt like one of the two kids moved, and it wasn't Tanner.
Gianluca moved. Correct.
Okay. So, like, they believed in the project, in the Tanner Tessman, project. I mean, he's had 89 appearances in 3 seasons. I
think that they actually do believe in the Tanner project to the point where they're flirting with Weston McKinnie. Fiorentina is flirting with Weston McKinnie and Tanner Tessman. What about making him a pair in the midfield?
No, that's got to be an either or conversation right there, especially for Fiorentina.
Honestly, we're scraping, man. We're scraping.
He's a kid.
You know what? There's kids that are already playing for Real Madrid or Barcelona.
Oh my God!
Limene Yassal, 16.
You're talking a handful 22. In the planet.
This guy's 6 years older than Limene Yassal, who just scored the winner for Spain.
Lamine is playing as a starter for Barcelona.
You guys are talking about like 7 people on planet Earth. Oh, he's not as good as these 7 fucking people.
Well, no, we're gonna go back. No, we're gonna go back to the conversation we had a few weeks ago. If we want to be great,
oh God,
we gotta have these. We gotta have these kids playing in big ball league when they're like 19, 20.
Well, there is a 14-year-old in MLS. His name's Kevin. What?
Yes, Kevin
Sullivan.
Yes,
he's 14 years old and he plays for Philly.
Man, don't turn him into another Freddie Adu.
He's not. They're not going to do that. He's coming along slow. That's why he got a appearance. You know what I mean? He's not starting. He's not
starting.
He's not starting. He's just a child product.
They're not giving him a Mercedes.
Dude, this is the kind of kid you sell to Ajax to have them develop. You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing. I will feel a lot more confident if this kid, when he's 16 years old, they send him to Ajax. Yeah, I'll feel a lot better. But if you're trying to hype up a 22-year-old kid that's playing in a mid-table team, and you're thinking, oh man, in a couple of years this kid's gonna be our savior, man, you're barking up the wrong tree, bro.
No, nobody's talking savior. We're just talking excitement about these young players because this is the kind of
You're talking about excitement. You're talking about excitement about the potential of that player to be that right. Savior.
Yes.
And that's the problem. You're hyping yourselves up. No. Everybody was all hyped. I'm just saying, you guys are. It's a hype.
I'm not hyped on. I'm not getting hyped up so much as I'm saying there is hype around this person, and the hype is that maybe they could make the World Cup roster in the upcoming 2026 World Cup. It's a player like Tanner Tessman, a player like Paredes, maybe as they're on the outside looking in with players.
There's a lot of variables, man.
Well, speaking of the outside looking in, but maybe inside looking out, Weston, McKinnie, Juventus is looking to get rid. They want things have soured between Western McKinnie and Juventus to the point where
maybe Weston McKinnie just sucks, man. Maybe he's not cut up to the big things.
He's worth $28 million on the transfer market.
He has been put on the transfer market by every coach that has come in, and then worked his way into the starting lineup. As listen, I understand this is like a down time for Juventus, but to still be one of the top 3 players on a Juventus team is a big fucking deal. Weston McKinnie is not a bad soccer player. He's a very talented
player. If he wasn't bad, oh my God, he's good, you wouldn't have him on the transfer list. All right?
He's on the transfer list.
You might be right, DPG.
He wouldn't be on the transfer list. Any coach will come in and be like, any coach will come in and be like, you know what? That's my starter right there. Get him off that list.
Easy.
But if he's not impressing,
how easy has it been to get rid of him? It has not. He's gone from being on his way out to starting for that team. Every coach that has come in there, dude, even twice with the same motherfucker. He is a tenacious player.
You know what that is? You know what that is? I don't got anybody else, so just go ahead and start. That's all it is.
No, it's not, because they did have plenty of other players.
I don't got anybody else. Go ahead and start.
You're gonna get my blood pressure boiling, dog.
Get it up, bro. Get it up. Because you know what? If he was so great, he would have been like the anchor, the rock of a team.
Hold on.
He is the rock of the team. That's the thing that's so weird, because their relationship has deteriorated to the point where they want him out. They don't even want his talent anymore.
That's fine. He'll land somewhere and rock and roll there anyway. But here's the thing.
Don't worry. Don't put him on a transfer.
Hold on. I have a question for you. For you. Leicester winning the Premier League, was that a surprise?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So, N'Golo Kante played somewhere before Leicester, then went to Leicester, then went to Chelsea. Or do we not believe that N'Golo Kante is one of the top-tier class players of the last 10 years?
So he played for Kane.
The fact that you're bringing up Chelsea, the team that's buying up anybody and just trying to put a team together.
We're buying up just anybody in the N'Golo Kante era.
They're throwing money, man. They're throwing money. You know what? They're throwing money just for Man City to slap them again. That's all it was.
People's careers have a trajectory. They don't just go straight from I was playing with my buddies on the sidewalk, and now I start for Bayern Munich.
Let me ask you this. Where did Weston McKinnie play before Juventus?
He played at Schalke.
All right. If he was so great, then why he left Schalke?
I don't know, man. Why'd he even wake up this morning? He should have just.
All I'm saying, bro, is that for the guy that's supposed to be a no-brainer starting for the starting 11 for the U.S. men's national team, the fact that he's getting transfer listed is not a good look.
Dude, it's not a bad look. What was transferring from Chelsea to AC Milan a bad move for Christian Pulisic?
Yeah, it was, because Chelsea wasn't playing.
Oh my god, we have to end this segment.
N'Golo Kante, guys, is blowing my mind. He was only on Leicester for one season. The season that they won the Premier League.
And then they said that they were not buying everybody.
But with him, wasn't it Mahrez? Mahrez, and Vardy. And that was an absolutely insane team. You had Christian Fuchs. And
Morgan.
And the
don't get me
goalkeeper.
started.
And the goalkeeper is the Manchester United royalty son, right?
Schmeichel, right?
And you know what? And you know what?
What
and
a
you know what,
freaking
Toke?
team Leicester 2015, 2016 was.
And you know what, Toke? Don't even get me started with that bum Gio Reyna, man.
Gio Reyna?
No, I am firmly in the camp that like my thought of Gio Reyna is just it's still promise. There's no substance. If like people are like he's the best player America's ever produced. No, he's not.
No, he's not.
By far. He hasn't done anything yet.
He's 21 years old.
Listen, some people's careers stall out. Some people have burned bright for 2 years. Some people play until they're 40.
You know what?
Like
you want? Yeah, I was gonna say you want to give me a guy that's gonna that looks promising. That holy crap, he might win the World Cup. Get a Cristiano Ronaldo, get a Messi on our team. Then after that, we can talk.
Christian Pulisic
is not that.
Could play.
It's not that.
Unbelievable. Christian Pulisic could play on a litany of top international
Real Madrid.
teams.
Can Christian play for Real Madrid?
Is not considered a legend.
Christian Pulisic would be in a platoon at Real Madrid. He would. He's not the. He's
starting over Vinicius.
I would say he's in the top 25 of wingers in the world. So there are 24 players better.
I mean, I don't know about top 25.
You don't think in the top 25?
That's kind of pushing it.
I don't know.
Oh my god!
All right, I'll look it up. I'm looking it up right now. So
oh no!
It's because Toke is a USM&T fanboy, bro. That's all it is.
Wait, I just enjoy soccer. Like people can have careers where they're not like messy. It's like you have no happiness whatsoever for these guys as natural progression in a career.
Because after what I saw in the Copa America, there is nothing to be happy about.
Well, Thierry Henry's going to come and fix that. Stop it.
Oh, really? You know.
I'm sorry.
He's gonna turn this team around type of deal. So all of a sudden we're gonna look like France '98 now. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
What?
Christian Pulisic is not in the top 25.
What did wingers. I say?
I would say for sure.
All right,
maybe top 50.
All right, so what position are you putting him in? Are you putting him at left wing or right wing?
He can play either.
He can play right wing, left wing, and yeah, so that's where he's at. All right, so I'll give you.
And they're talking about playing him at the 10 this year.
All right.
Did you hear that? Rafael Leao is like, yeah, I want to play this season, so let me put him at the 10.
All right, so let's just put left wing, right wingers in here. Let's apply that. And nope, let me submit.
Don't be looking on no fucking FIFA. They got him underrated at like 81 or 78 or some stupid shit.
He's rated 82. He's rated 82, but Mbappe, Vinny Jr., Mo Salah, Bernardo Silva, Neymar, Phil Foden, Son, Pedri.
Whoa! Who was that last one?
Son.
Oh well, I hate that. I don't want to say what I want to say about him because
Kvaratskhelia. Have you ever heard of that? Kvaratskhelia. I probably brutalized the name.
Never.
Kvaratskhelia. He plays for Napoli.
I disagree highly. Napoli did not.
He plays for Georgia. He's the reason that Georgia is so good.
Yeah, it's saying a lot, bro.
His name's Kvicha Kvaratskhelia. He's rated 86 in FIFA. But Saka, Rafael Leao, we're at 11. Usa Dembele, 12. Mahrez, Rodrigo for Real Madrid.
I don't know about Rodrigo.
For Real Madrid, Diego Jota.
Really? One guy plays for Real Madrid and the other guy plays for freaking
Diego
Calm down.
Hold on,
Diego Jota, yeah. Berardi, Grealish, Gabriel Martinelli for Arsenal, Luis Diaz for Liverpool, Chiesa for Juventus. We're at 20.
I would not say Luis Diaz, by the way. I would not.
For the maybe, but Chiesa. So they're 20. Rafinha, Carrasco, Yannick Carrasco, Gavi, who's 18 for Barcelona, Nunez, Darwin.
Yeah, you are see your true colors, bro. Because you was hating on Darwin Nunez.
I don't like
bad.
No, but he's a good soccer player. He's better than Christian Pulisic, but not scoring goals. I think Christian Pulisic is a better goal scorer. I think Christian Pulisic is a better goal scorer than
Who's the
Darwin
25th?
Nunez. Diaby, Moussa Diaby, starter for the French. Ferran Torres, we're at 26. Alex Isaac, 27.
But he's a striker.
Or he qualifies as left winger. Oyarzabal.
Yeah. He's saying it wrong, but I don't remember how to say it right. He plays in La Liga.
Yeah,
I think he's overrated.
So that's 28. Gerard Morena, Memphis Depay. We're at 30. Kulusevski, 31. Simone.
But hold on. Before you go any further, now that we're in the 30s, though,
we're in his area.
That's saying a lot.
Depay is in his area.
Depay plays more of a striker anyway, but
yeah, Depay's probably better. But Kulusevski, Xavi Simons, who's for the Netherlands, he's very good. He was starting for Netherlands. He's 20 years old. Cody Gakpo, another starter for Netherlands. Victor Gyökeres, Pedro Gonçalves, Marcus Rashford. Would you take Marcus Rashford or Christian Pulisic? Because that is
2 years ago, I would have taken Marcus Rashford.
Rashford's 25.
Right now, no.
Marcus Rashford's 25 and Pulisic is 24.
I would have taken Pulisic long ago before some of these guys.
Before Leon Bailey. Yes.
Oh yeah.
He's got problems. Joelinton.
So I would like to take a W on this, by the way.
But right here's Pulisic. Pulisic is right after Bailey.
That's saying something, bro.
I think you're full of shit. But
you could rank him arguably right after Depay, but I think that Xavi Simons was incredible at the World Cup.
Well, there was a few people higher up I would have put lower than a few of those lower people anyway.
Look, bottom line is that our best US M&T player is not in the top 25.
He's not in the top 30.
He is. I would disagree. I heard all the names. I would disagree with all of you.
Let us know what you guys think in the comments.
Yeah, please. But no, that's where we are, DPG. So we got it. Like our players are
DPG. Bro. I will say this: Toke is right. It's arguable that he is closer to the top 25. It's arguable. I'm not saying it's true, but it's arguable.
All I'm saying is this: we're having the same argument that we probably would have had 15 years ago. So
not at all.
He's the best American player, though, and he's in the top 30 striker or top 30 wingers.
Hold on. Would you have put Landon Donovan or Clint Dempsey in the top 25, even the top 30 of any of the positions they played during their era? I would not have, and I loved both of them.
I wouldn't either.
No.
So we are progressing.
Yeah,
it's happening.
Absolutely.
It's incremental, but it's happening.
Well, we're not even cracking the top 30 yet, bro. So calm down.
I call shenanigans on those ratings. Shenanigans.
Where do you think Jedi is?
Jedi's
top
got
50.
3 years. I think in 3 years we're gonna see Jedi on one of the top 10 super teams.
Oh, bullshit.
Really? You don't think Jedi's that good?
No. Nope.
You're crazy.
He's not rated in the top 50.
Well, that's behind though. He had a hell of a season.
He's rated behind Serginho Dest.
Bro.
Hold on. He had a huge season. These ratings are a year old. They're about to change in like less than a month.
Very true. We're going to get different ratings here.
What happened to him in the Copa America?
Greg Berhalter and the rest of the team?
Oh, yeah. Blame Triple G.
Hold on. Listen, not every
Actually,
one of
that's
those
a really
players
good
should
question.
be like flogged in the town square. Like someone had to have played well, and Jedi Robinson was a player that played well despite the team playing poorly.
Yes, him and Pulisic were my two best.
He really played well against that friendly against Colombia.
Did he play in that game? I didn't pay attention. Like it's a friendly.
He did. He got taken apart too.
Well,
Robinson?
Shit happens, dude. You get picked apart every now and again, man.
Jedi
it happens to the best of them.
We were talking about this.
You're hyping up a player that's not even cracks the top 50, bro.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see in this next
who does
round
crack the
of
top
FIFA
50?
ratings.
Alphonso Davies. And I remember talking about Alphonso Davies and Jedi Robinson in the same breath. But Alphonso Davies is better. But Jedi is a really good left back for America.
See, here's the problem with Jedi. He's too good for Fulham to sell at a reasonable price, and he's not so glaringly amazing that you can that Bayern Munich needs to shoot their left back and sign him, right? So
no, not
he's going to be stuck. But if he did get a chance to play, let's say he signed for Man City and the left back gets hurt and he goes in, he'll be there for the rest of his career. Because he'll be around good enough.
No.
He'll be around good enough players that his game is
you're
good enough.
You're relying on a situation that's never going to happen.
Yeah, Anthony Robinson is nowhere near good enough for Man City. Pep Guardiola's system, it would melt the spring.
He had a top 11 season.
Players.
He had a top 11 season. Tell me a left back who had a better season in the Premier League this year.
Then
Jedi.
Andy Robinson?
I disagree.
Josko
Chilwell.
I don't subscribe to this theory that if something isn't the best, it's immediately dog shit.
Ake for Man City?
There's a gigantic gulf in between. I guess that's my whole point of this whole
Heck,
entire
Luke Shaw
mental
is
breakdown.
actually okay now.
Listen to the defeat in the Manchester United fans. I mean, even Luke Shaw can walk. I guess.
He can tie his shoe.
All right. Well, I think, dude, I don't know if you realize we didn't have much of a plan going into this episode. So when we come back, I think we're going to talk all the craziness, which I don't think there's been much of Leagues Cup, and then get into some Chicago Fire nonsense and all that good stuff.
Oh, man, there's Leagues Cup stuff to talk about. There's a little bit of fire to drip in there, and I'm pumped.
Well, you heard it from Jaymes. He's pumped, so come on back.
Kick that like button. Punch it!
Oh, my God! Welcome back, fellow enemies of the fire. We are here to go over the most important, the most hard-hitting, story in MLS. These archive collection jerseys. So, Major League Soccer, and yes, everybody has roasted them already about it, but Jaymes had no idea this was going on, by the way. Hence why we have to do a segment about this. Now, Major League Soccer released third kits for 5 teams. And you would, and 3 of the teams are from '96, which it's a good start. I'm happy we're off to that. But then you get LAFC in Miami. So I want James's opinion on how all these jerseys look. Because
I'm looking at them. I'm looking at them right now. And so is the podcast. Everybody listening, I have it up on the screen.
Perfect.
And
so wait, before you tell me what you think of that, what do you think of the fact that Miami and LA got one?
So I'm a little confused. I'm looking at these third kits, and Inter Miami has 2.
No, they just have 1.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah,
their home kit. That's just their home kit. Okay, so this is. All right, so these are the new jerseys. Okay, I follow now. Okay, so I'm clicking into...
Very Miami Vice vibe.
Wow, now I see the Sporting Kansas City third, which is, oh my God.
And you didn't see it during the Fire game?
Oh my God.
Do you remember back in the day when they actually wore that? Because if they wore this, it would have been way sicker.
I want that.
I
want that. Oh my God, that jersey is... absolutely gorgeous. Look at this. Oh my God. I love
It's
this
pretty
kit.
sick, right?
This kit is so freaking sick. It just screams like 90s.
It reminds me of the cup. You know what I mean? Like the styrofoam cups that you used to get at places like, I don't know, arcades and roller rinks and bowling alleys and shit.
The Timbers
I'm
jersey
that old.
reminds me of a baseball shirt. Like, it's like, oh.
Well, hold on. I think that's awesome because remember their stadium started life as a minor league ballpark.
Mm-hmm.
They renovated their stadium.
It was Tillamook that used to be there, and then they put Timber there.
I'm all about it. I like the Timbers one. I don't know. I don't know if they're my favorite yet.
Inter
I don't know yet.
Miami. I'm not gonna lie. I love these blues. It gives me a little Miami Vice vibes. And I love me some Miami Vice. I've been cruising through some of the old episodes. With it's been so fun. But this color, the blue, the orange, it's classic. It's a Miami Dolphins-esque, of course. It's not.
Yeah, it's Miami Dolphins.
It's not striking as the other one, as the Sporting Kansas City one. And even the Portland is maybe a touch more striking. This is stated. It's more reserved, but it definitely gives me this Miami Vice vibes, which is funny because Miami Vice is typically ostentatious. You know what? It almost has like that the suit feel. It almost feels like a suit that you're wearing, like Tubbs and Crockett. Like that's
Dude,
Crockett would wear something like that.
I think it's clean. I like it. I'm not usually the biggest fan of these, but I like it.
Yeah, and that is the Miami Vice thing, is very clean look.
Yeah.
So that definitely fits that bill. What are the other jerseys? So those were
LA
rated
Galaxy
tops.
and
Those were rated the
LA
top
Galaxy.
3.
Really? See, I would not say that. I would say number 1 is LA Galaxy because it's the most
top. Yeah. Wow.
It's the most true
I'll
to
keep going.
what it.
Portland Timbers away is 4th on the list, by the way, with 144 votes. So I mean, like, this is a low vote count. So maybe this is.
Oh, I don't know what you're looking at. I'm on the Major League website.
I'm on Football Kit Archive. Football Kit Archive,
Ah.
MLS 2024 kits. If you type that into the Googles,
you got to go to LA. LA.
Right, so Minnesota has
Galaxy.
a sick home jersey that's like a cool sky. That's so cool. Vancouver,
dude. Yeah,
Philly,
where have you been all season? You're looking at regular kits now.
Dallas.
Okay,
wait. So go to what? Atlanta's third kit. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, Atlanta's is interesting, but
It's interesting.
no, it's the MLS Archive Collection.
You gotta tell me which teams, because like
there's LAFC, LA Galaxy, Kansas City, Portland, and Miami.
And you want me to go where next?
Either the LAs, because you already
All right,
did
I'm
the
going.
other 3.
All right, I'm going. Oh, the LA Galaxy. Right. LA Galaxy's away jersey. Interesting, boring, but cool color. LA Galaxy home jersey. The classic, but this third kit.
The third kit is the most throwback to who they used to be, man.
I am
Like
not in love with it. I'll tell you that much.
Well, I mean, there's a reason they rebranded, right?
Maybe. I mean, like, the funny thing is I love that color, that marine aqua color that they got on the left-hand side. But the marine, the black, the gold, the red, it's like there's like too much going on here. It's like a Pollock painting.
Well, that's why, because it came from the 90s. This is what their stuff used to look like this. But
and the crest is awesome. The crest looks awesome. I love the crest.
Right.
I do love the crest. Let's move on. But I'm not a big fan of this kit as much as that Kansas City kit is like wowing me.
I mean, and it says Wizards on it. It's awesome.
It's giving me second thoughts about maybe I should go get that, because that is just a sick freaking look kit.
So the last one is LAFC.
All right, moving on to LA.
They're the last one, which they got a throwback kit for whatever reason, but whatever. I like fun. I think everybody should have got a third kit, but I don't know. It's whatever.
It is.
You're at a loss for words. I don't know if the people can see the kit or they can see you, but I can see you and you look dumbfounded.
Spam the puke emoji. Spam it in the chat.
I like it. I like it.
I don't. This it's like a poop burgundy brown with like a weird off Halloween orange, and like the white seems off a little, and it just seems old, yes, but it seems like older than a Pepsi can from the 1980s old.
I think I could be wrong, but I think with the font, they're throwing back to the Aztecs from the old NASL.
Oh, I thought it was.
I think that's
Doritos. I thought it was Doritos.
I don't know that for a fact, but I'm pretty sure that's where the font comes from, where it says Los Angeles, or at least a variation of that, right? I mean, it's what do you pull from? They have no history. Like even the Timbers, like you said, it's thrown back to the baseball team that they took the stadium over for. Like LA and Kansas City is like, we have revamped the old 96 jerseys. You know what I mean? That's the wild part to me, but I don't know. Now, what if the Fire got one of these? What would you want to see for a Fire one? Because it's kind of hard. We kind of just got.
Here's
got
what the Fire. I need the Fire to do. I need the Fire to go hire the Minnesota United jersey man, because literally every single fucking kit I'm looking at is flame on. It's just fire. The Minnesota United home kit is absolutely unbelievable. The Minnesota United away kit is so cute. It's almost cute. It's weird. But I like it. It's weird. It's got this blue pink.
Well, wait, do they benefit from a sponsor that has a very
Maybe
basic,
the Target is cool, but you know what? The Target actually to me
design
takes away from a little bit from this, because the kit itself is
on
fire.
The kit always do.
The goalkeeper kit looks awesome. I love the goalkeeper kit. Both goalkeeper kits. The red and pink goalkeeper kit, so sick. He's got 3 goalkeeper kits. They're all freaking sick. They're all freaking sick. I'm in absolute love with these Minnesota United jerseys, and now that makes me wonder, who's got the best set of jerseys right now? Minnesota United has my number one top tier spot.
You're not wrong. Minnesota United's up there. God, now you're gonna make me. You put me on the spot. Now I'm trying to think.
Charlotte's got some interesting stuff. I like Charlotte, but it's not blowing me like United was. Minnesota was. Fire are. I like their goalkeeper kits. I like the Fire's third goalkeeper kit especially.
The Fire have great jerseys. You know what you need? You need the quote unquote archive collection to give us the Puma blue Chicago flag kit, and then you would have the best kits in the league. Because
I want that black kit with the blue flag, with the blue Chicago flag.
Yeah, that too. I'm so sad. I'm so sad next year because the confetti's going away. I wish we would just stay red.
It could go
with a confetti variant.
See ya.
No, man, the confetti's been the confetti is the number one kit we've ever had. It is the coolest kit.
I definitely disagree vehemently.
I will die on this hill. The confetti kit is by far the best kit ever.
We'll do a Fire deep dive, but later. Yeah. But let me keep going here. Colorado's kind of bore me. I don't know why. Even though there's like movement, maybe it's kind of the way kit's so okay. The way kit's boring, and I don't get it.
Okay, hold on.
The Rapids kit is like, all right, somebody was taking a little too much mushrooms and smoking a little too much weed while playing chess in Colorado. And Columbus Crew is.
Wait, let me see Colorado real quick. You were talking about here, Colorado, because we have yet to play them, haven't we?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a little boring for me.
Oh, I like Colorado. Oh, yeah. That blue sucks.
Just the way is abysmal. The home is absolutely forgivable.
The home's pretty lit.
It doesn't it doesn't get me. It doesn't get me. It doesn't grab me, and neither do the Columbus Crew jerseys. I do not like either of them.
You're such a hater.
The Charlie Brown one is not as cool as I thought it was. At first, I was like, oh, no, I don't like
the
it.
Charlie Brown kit.
The measure is if I want to buy it or not. That Kansas City Wizards jersey, like I'm just like instant.
Yeah,
like,
you want to buy that.
Yes.
Kit.
Okay, DC United's got an interesting away kit that I actually really, really like. I'm not, just like, I don't have to go get it.
I mean, it's very plain Jane, man. There's a lot of these teams that went really safe this time around.
Cincy's suck. I'm sorry, Cincy, your jerseys just suck. That blue water thing, I don't know what's going on. It's just, no, it sucks.
I do like Toronto's away kit.
The
red sleeves with the black and gray hoops.
This might be the best FC Dallas home jersey I've ever seen.
What is Dallas working with these days?
FC Dallas's jersey is, for me, I fucking love it.
Oh yeah, it's pretty cool where it goes from blue to red.
And with the weird shades in the middle changing, that is a cool little thing there.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. I'm not gonna
really,
lie.
I do really like it. The away kit is pretty fire. It's definitely pretty fire. It's got those fire. It's almost more fire than the fires because it's got fire on it. It's got actual fire. Well, meanwhile,
you're not lying.
What do the fire have? Confetti? What does that have to do with fire?
Dude, shut up about. I love the confetti. I am so in love with the confetti. Listen, we went off the rails here, so let's wrap it up before people
I'll
lose
rip through
it.
these. Houston's kits are okay. I like the purple. It's the orange is okay. Inter Miami, my favorite kit is that Miami Vice kit. The LA Galaxy, my favorite kit is the third kit. Even though I don't like it, but I like it
Seattle
more than
always
their
has
boring
great
ones.
kits.
LAFC's kits, damn, their third kit also I like the most out of them because it's like the most original. Minnesota United, give me every single one of these jerseys.
Minnesota United is by far the best.
Just give me every one. Nashville, no thanks. New England Revolution.
No thanks.
Let me take a closer look at this white one. This white and red one's interesting. I would like Poland to rock something like that. That could be interesting for Poland.
That's not a terrible idea.
Yeah. New York City, no thank you. Red Bulls. Okay, it's gonna. At first, I was ready to reject. I almost insta rejected Red Bulls, but the Red Bulls home kit is like, I'm still rejecting it. But
what do you drink, Monster?
But I'm like maybe. All right, it's not. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I'm not the biggest fan of it, and I like it. It's very interesting. I like the idea. Work with that concept. Their away kit, like it too. And that same thing. Where work with it. I'm not in love with it. Kind of gives me Bulls vibes, like Chicago Bulls vibes. And but work with it. They got something going here, and I definitely appreciate. They got a top echelon. It's up there. It's just not snagging me. But I can see how this is definitely, I would say, up at the top of the ones I don't like, but still are awesome. I put that there.
They're still awesome.
Yeah, they're pretty awesome, but I don't like them. Orlando, get fucked. No thanks. Philadelphia Union. Oh man, if they could. I don't like it. I wish they had it. I wish they had both jerseys on something. Bimbo, that'd be a great kid on something. Thomas, what is those? Thomas, the English muffins. That'd be great on something too. They have 2 shirt sponsors. 2. Portland Timbers. Their home jersey reminds me of Colorado. A little bit. It's a little boring, but it's okay. It's okay. Their away jersey,
very dull.
I like their away jersey, but I'm a little confused because to me the away jersey gives me vibe. I mean, like they look like pines, but from here I'm almost like, oh, is that Florida stuff? Like ferns? Like I just couldn't tell. But you get closer, you can tell they're pines. So it's, the pines, Portland. But I do really like what's going on with this Portland Timbers away jersey, and I like it the best of the bunch of the Portland jerseys. Absolutely. I would wear that on the beach.
Portland's always got interesting stuff, man.
Actually, that's a good one.
The Northwest always does it right.
Portland Timbers one. The away kit I would wear on a beach, have some drinks, and that looks like it'd be fun. Real Salt Lake, no thanks. The red kit starts gives me I like the Toblerone idea. Work with it. Work with the Toblerone idea.
They're not bad. It's just I feel like Salt Lake is forever cursed to just be like they're the Utah Jazz. They exist, but is anybody really excited about it? Does anybody ever think about them unless they're like forced to?
No, they do. They're quite popular there. I went out skiing there at Snowbird.
Well, yeah.
And I was talking to local people. They're excited about getting a hockey team. They're really thinking that they're becoming an up and coming city. They're becoming more lenient on certain things potentially in the future. That remains to be seen, but potentially that's been the rumors. Real Salt Lake, but they like them there. They're actually they got a good following. No Dunkin' Donuts though. That's fine.
Did I ever tell you the time I went to a Colorado Rapids game because I was in Colorado.
Yeah.
So I went to a Rapids game and they were playing Vancouver, right? And like Breck Shea scored and everything. But the craziest thing happened. There was a cat in the crowd wearing full like Adidas warm-up pants, a kit, and a hat for RSL.
Oh,
it's like, what are you doing here? Like, I get that I have a fire hat on, but that's the only hat I own.
No, I love that guy.
Right?
I love that guy. It's like he's going kitted to the nines. And you know what? Nobody gave him shit. Maybe one or two razzed him, but there's probably some good respect.
But the Real Salt Lake was not involved. It was Colorado versus Vancouver.
I do that type of thing sometimes. I feel like if I'm going to a neutral, I'll wear my team. And I'll represent my team. I'm not going to represent the other teams, but I'm a neutral.
A hat, maybe even the kit or a T-shirt, but
you know what? The Real Salt Lake, the longer we've hung here, the more they've grown on me. They're not the absolute worst, but I'm not in love with them. I'm not in love with them by any means. They got to work with it. They got to change something here. Maybe,
dude, there's like 40 teams in the league. You got to burn through this.
San Jose is quite. I'm a little bored. Seattle, I really like the red. I really like the green. I really like Seattle. This jersey's there. Sporting Kansas City. The third kit is, oh my God, get in my belly. St. Louis City, the home kit's okay. The away kit's boring. Toronto's sucks for away, but our home kit, I do like what's going on there. Interesting. And Vancouver Whitecaps are awful.
Okay.
Awful kits.
So we have a surprise drop in by our friend, by the co-host DPG. DPG, have you seen the archive kit collection that MLS released?
No.
Okay, well then screw it. It's too long to explain to you.
Yes.
We'll be back in we'll be back in the next segment talking about God knows what, but we love you people. Peace out and enjoy yourself. Welcome back, fellow enemies of the fire. We are here to go over all of the things the League Cup stands for, and yeah, I'd like to start with something, just to kick off the whole Leagues Cup controversy. Just to do it. Don Garber was interviewed, and he basically said the Open Cup has no hose, so we refuse to play in it. So
wait, what? Like, it has no hose?
That was me paraphrasing.
Oh, okay.
So it's basically the meme of the guy in the hot dog car who's like, we need to find out who did this. He says that the Open Cup, I love this tournament. It's great for the history, but like no one ever shows up. We have these giant stadiums with nobody in them, which cut to Atlanta in the Leagues Cup this week where there was nobody in the crowd, man.
Really?
There was
different.
Nobody.
So that's inverse to what happened to San Jose. San Jose played Guadalajara, and they had 50,000 in the stadium.
I want to add a caveat to Do you really think that those 50,000 fans came to go see San Jose?
No, that's the thing. But they came to see Guadalajara play San Jose. If there is a way for San Jose Earthquakes to tap into that market there, look at how many soccer fans showed up. This is the exact same thing with Chicago, where you have a fan base that's there that's rabid soccer fans, but the product that is on the field is not attractive enough for them to show up game in, game out.
So,
they'll show up for the Guadalajara game. They'll show up for a Club America versus Chicago Fire game, but they're not showing up for anything else.
Well, hold on. Let's just throw this out there. Would you or would you not agree that Chicago and LAFC have a very large Hispanic fan base?
I think Chicago has a small Hispanic fan base, but they have a Hispanic fan base.
Okay. But, I mean, like, as far as the supporters culture,
I would say the majority of, if there's a percentage, that would be a large percentage of Fire fans.
Everybody loves a winner, man. You just win some soccer games and you're going to convert those people. That's what
it's spectacle too, though, dude. If they got a El Tri player, game over.
That doesn't work anymore.
Remember we tried it with Jairo Torres and that freaking blew up in our faces.
That's not an El Tri player. That's El Crapo player.
Even still, like look at the Jose the Chicharito era at LA was not a bustling era because they weren't winning shit.
No.
Now they win a few games and their stadium's full again.
But
you know what I mean?
Would you not rather Chucky Lozano coming to Chicago? I think Chucky Lozano coming to Chicago would be very effective.
At what?
At drawing fans.
Do we win more games with Chucky Lozano feeding Hugo?
You swap out Shaqiri and bring in Chucky Lozano. Oh yeah.
But Shaqiri didn't play on the wing.
Get him out. That doesn't matter. It's addition by subtraction with Shaqiri. Plus you get Guti to just play in the middle. Then maybe let him flourish.
I think all that like the appeal to your crowd stuff works only in two ways.
You guys don't think Chucky Lozano would be a bounding success in Chicago? You're not sold on that?
No, I say you get 3 sellout games probably, and then after that, if they've lost them all,
you might be right.
People aren't coming back, dude.
I thought he had a bit of a cult of personality following him. Did that
does,
dissipate?
But again, if you play on a shitty team, nobody's coming to the like that. That's this. I feel like I live in a bizarre world. Like, dude,
how many candles do you think? What's his face is selling?
Candles?
The U.S. men's soccer player plays for Fire.
Oh God!
Kelly Costa. How many candles do you think he's selling?
He's not selling many. I forgot him. Yeah, he should be holding a candle all the time.
I think he has like a candle. Yeah. So like Chicago is not the alluring place, but it can be. With 1 or 2 additions, a spectacle. Chucky Lozano might not be that spectacle, is what you guys are arguing.
If we have a good team and Chucky Lozano helps push it over the top, then you're talking about rabid excitement and full stadium all year.
Okay.
But if Chucky Lozano is the hope that we all rest on,
I mean, I know why he's not selling candles.
I gotta say,
he's selling them for $55 a pop, man.
Oh really? Oh. Jesus. Chucky's?
I get my candles at Marshall's.
How old do you think Chucky?
You go. What's that candle store in the mall? The one that they have a big sale once a year.
Is it? Oh God, what's it called? Not Bed Bath and Beyond. What's the other? Whatever, man.
Yeah,
Can't think of it.
Guys, do you guys know how old Chucky Lozano is?
31.
I thought he was the same age as Christian Pulisic.
Nope.
and then I was like, oh, him coming to MLS at that age seems a little questionable. I thought he had more time. This guy's 29.
Oh, that was close.
The top of he's ever been was when he played for Napoli.
Well, I mean, he wasn't the main. He was starting in a platoon on the wing when they won. He wasn't like a locked in every game starter. He's just never fully hit his potential. Like I would say Chicharito did.
Wow.
Like Chicharito should have been a huge deal, but the LA teams were all terrible. Like Chicharito hit his potential and then came to Major League Soccer. Chucky Lozono never hit his full potential, but his next move in his career may most likely, or well, it is, isn't he? He's coming to LA, right?
He's signed for San Diego.
Or San Diego, that's what it was, San Diego, my bad.
And he could very well be very dominant in the league. I mean, but I wonder if he's not.
I don't know. DPG, you think he's gonna come into MLS and show anything?
I'm no longer sold about
that. You're gonna put him. What is he? He's going to San Diego. Right off the bat, you're gonna put him on the expansion team.
Yep.
You know, and he's gonna be the star attraction.
How that went.
Star attraction.
Yeah. He's basically gonna try to freaking carry that team on his back, and it ain't gonna end well.
I don't think so.
It's gonna be like that team's gonna crash against the wall that they call LAFC. That's all it is.
What MLS team should go get N'Golo Kanté?
Chicago.
I'm
gonna say Chicago for a response, but I know it's not gonna happen because we have the world's greatest GM. So
Kanté goes to New York, I bet.
Well, hold on. Would you want N'Golo Kanté or would you want Gaston Jimenez to stay?
I want N'Golo Kanté. Oh my god, you're right. That is such a hard decision.
Yeah, I know.
Premier League winner and a guy named after a Disney movie character. Probably.
That's probably. Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course.
Allegedly.
So,
all right, we're moving a little bit, but let's move back into a little focus of the Leagues Cup here. I'll refocus us. Leagues Cup, and you were talking about this with what Don Garber was talking about. Here's the fact of the matter. The Leagues Cup is a better product. It's a zillion times better product than whatever the U.S. Open Cup was. I'm not speaking this as a purchaser. I'm not speaking as a purchaser of the content of this product, but the numbers are there to prove it.
Okay, you know what? The Leagues Cup.
God, I think I'm having a heart attack.
You're right. The Leagues Cup is a better product.
It is,
but it is not a product for MLS fans. It's not a better product for MLS fans. It's a product for the Liga MX fans that are in the United States.
Yes,
that's it.
That's
the U.S. Open Cup. The U.S. Open Cup is literally a grassroots project, not even a project. It's a grassroots tournament that is for real MLS fans, people that actually support their club team.
All six that showed up.
Could we just do Leagues Cup as like a preseason tournament?
That will work too. But you know what? Liga MX, they're not. The point is that I'm not gonna watch a Leagues Cup game. I don't care for it. I don't care if the Fire win it. I really don't care for it because it's not a tournament that's geared towards the fan base. It's geared towards anybody else that's a fan of the Liga MX that wants to spend money.
It's almost geared at non-fans. It's for soccer fans, but even the MLS Soccer All-Star Game was more geared for MLS soccer fans with the Liga MX versus MLS. But this Leagues Cup, you've hit the nail on the head. It is for Liga MX fans and other soccer fans of non-MLS teams to come in and see what they think is, maybe it's better. To me, on paper, guess what? It sounds like better soccer. I would much rather watch Portland Timbers take on Club America than watch Portland Timbers take on Vancouver. It's just more exciting. It's more exotic.
I mean, yeah.
And also, it doesn't feel like a step down. It doesn't feel like they're going to play a team in Jamaica or one of the small island countries. It doesn't. It's true. It's true. There's a tier there where you feel like you're getting a better quality than otherwise you would.
See, now you're hitting on the thing that scared me when I first heard about Leagues Cup. I didn't think it was
as an outsider. I don't even consume this. Yeah.
I didn't think that it was going to kill the U.S. Open Cup. I actually thought it was going to kill. I thought it was going to kill Champions League. And see, that's where I'm pissed off. I want my U.S. Open Cup and I want a good CONCACAF Champions League. I don't care how well, like, a rising tide lifts all boats. If we treat
Well,
if we
Rising
treat that,
Tide lifts all boats, then this tournament, which is bringing more eyes to the product, is lifting the boat.
Yeah, but they're not bringing eyes.
No.
It's
You're
not
leaving
bringing
Joe
eyes.
Public behind. Listen, Joe Public out of Jamaica.
It's leaving MLS Public
It's
behind.
Trinidad and Tobago, bro.
No. Trinidad and Tobago. You're leaving Joe Public out of this, and that's what sucks.
Look,
Because
man,
if
Joe,
Liga
no, you're
MX
not. You're leaving Joe Public out of this because Joe Public is eating this up. That's the
No,
thing.
No,
Look,
James.
look,
There's a
look.
team called there's a team called Joe Public.
Oh, I
There
thought
is.
Joe Public was the guy out in the public.
That's a legit.
That's like
no,
that.
no.
That Garber is like, yeah, that's the guy
No.
who's watching because they
No,
are
Joe
watching.
Public. Joe
Public's-
is a legit. It's a legit.
Yeah, they're
team.
out of Trinidad and Tobago, and they
know
made
what?
they made a run in the
If you want-
Champions League.
If you want
That's
a
what I'm
Jamaican
saying.
team, if you want a Jamaican team,
Joe Public means John Doe. Sorry.
review or something like that.
Dude,
But look, all I'm saying is that, like, honestly, if the Fire were to go play against like Olympia in Honduras, I will literally board a plane to go
But
watch.
that's
I don't-
how many. Think about that, DPG. Now you're hitting on the nail on the head here because there's a smaller subset of fans that would do that. Now there's a greater subset of fans that would fly to Mexico City to see the Chicago Fire play in Mexico City.
No, I
yeah,
see
but
that.
like get in Champions League and do that.
Yeah,
like-
I don't want Leagues Cup. Like, the bottom line is, like, Leagues Cup's a waste of time. Who was Atlanta
It
playing?
is.
Yeah,
It
who
is
was
a
Atlanta-
waste of time. Yes.
Who was Atlanta playing that it was an empty stadium?
I'll look it up.
Team B. I don't even know. I don't remember.
Let
It
me.
was probably an
another-
MLS.
It
It was
is
probably an
probably-
MLS team.
Yeah, it's probably another MLS team. That's why nobody showed up, because nobody wants to see that.
Like, I mean, there weren't a ton of fans at KC, although Portland was full. Their stadium was full, but they were playing a Mexican team.
Atlanta played DC United.
Yo,
Oh yeah, nobody's gonna show up to that.
Montreal
people are-
played Orlando. No, who cares? Austin played Pumas Unam. Austin and Pumas, that's a huge draw.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm still not gonna watch. Like, it's this.
well, you talk
tournament's
about
not
the
for-
draw, but look, DPG sold his tickets for tomorrow or Thursday night, right?
Yeah, yep. Some Toluca fans probably gonna enjoy it because I don't care for it.
I mean, I'm gonna go just out of the pure chaos and
I
curiosity.
bet you
out
it's one of the
it.
more well-attended games for the Fire. this
Oh, it'll be
season.
full. You know it's gonna be full because it won't be for the Fire. Because there's a lot of Fire fans not going to this game, man.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, there's a lot of people. Yes, but there's going to be a lot of Toluca fans. And I wonder how many, as we're talking about, I wonder how many neutrals are going. Because Toluca and Chicago.
What neutral goes,
This is a
hey,
good question.
Timmy, why don't you and your little friends want to go to the Toluca Chicago Fire game?
Well,
like,
it's better than going to see Chicago take on Real Salt Lake.
no, you know where the normies go? The normies go see Chelsea versus Real Madrid at Soldier Field.
That is
The
true.
normies
That
go
is true.
see
That is true.
you go see
Something-
Wrexham play, Man U,
So you're hitting on the nail on the head, though, which we've talked about. It's maybe this is directly for Liga MX fans in a way that are over in America.
In America.
Look, man, look, this whole Leagues Cup was designed for, like, the Liga MX fans, because you're gonna get dollars, you're gonna get a US dollars here. You're not gonna get pesos. Yeah, you're gonna get US dollars. You're gonna get that hard cold cash, right? So that's what I mean. Like I said, I don't care for it. I honestly, the fact that they got rid of the US Open Cup from most MLS team, that's a travesty on its own.
It's a
that's-
travesty. I hate that.
And Don Garber, honestly, it's like the man's like almost setting up MLS just to tear it down, like saying, just saying, screw this, I'm tearing down.
You think
pulling
that
the plug
Don
on this
Garber
project.
setting MLS to tear it down? By the way, that would fit into my conspiracy theory because he was a former NFL employee, and of course, football would want to destroy the real football.
Yeah, NFL. You think NFL can compete against the Premier League?
Allegedly, NFL definitely competes against Premier League and is to the point where they're now encroaching upon the Premier League and playing in Tottenham's own stadium yearly.
I'm flabbergasted. So I guess we'll wrap back around to our Leagues Cup conversation after we go,
With the
or
Fire.
after the Fire play this week, and I go to the game, and I'll report back all of the chaos.
I'm very interested to hear what you see at the Toluca Fire game. I'm glad you're going. It's not at Soldier. It's at Soldier Field, or is that CT?
It's at Bridgeview. That's the whole
Bridgeview.
reason I'm going. If it wasn't at Bridgeview, I actually wouldn't go.
This
And I
doesn't
know
make
that's-
sense. This game
No, let me tell you
should be
this.
at Soldier Field.
Let me tell you this. Pick yourself up an ice cream nacho when you're over there, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not eating dairy, dog.
Oh, my God.
But hold on.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna change gears here because we're talking MLS stuff. So let's get into our fire conversation here. And before we get deep into any of the X's and O's, I love this. I work in the construction industry, so I am very familiar with the magazine turned website Cranes.
Yes.
And Cranes had an interview with Joe Mansueto and talked a lot about this whole stadium nonsense. So DPG, have you heard this at all?
Yeah, I think you meant. I think from what I read, he wants to do like a private investment in the stadium.
Yeah, no. So he's a man who's not dumb, despite his athletic choices here. Dude. So Cranes A is one of those magazines that's gonna like, we figured out we'd save money if we just drilled the workers' legs into the truck and they never were able to leave. They'd like applaud that. But beyond that, like, dude, it's propaganda to like drum up interest in construction. And again, all of these Chicago teams, not a one of these fucking teams would be talking about moving if any of them were winning games. Because I guarantee you right now, Soldier Field, if the Fire were good, like making the playoffs, not even winning a championship, maybe one championship and then playoffs for 4 straight years, that stadium will be filled to the brim, at least to where they have it open. And then you would have to open up the larger part at the top to have some more fans. Like, it would be full if they were good. And then we wouldn't have to hear about this crap. And like, this guy can get on here and say, well, if the Bears get turf, we don't want to play on the same field as them, and blah, 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 blah. And I'll build my own stadium and I don't need no taxpayer money. Well, he's got 10 years. Like, even if the Bears tomorrow said we're playing in Arlington Heights, it's 10 years before the kickoff. You know what I mean? So he's got 10 years to pretend like he's, like above board. And then hopefully in his mind, when everybody's forgotten about all this like rampant, like, yeah, fuck stadiums movement, he'll ask for money. You know what I mean? Like,
you're
I
onto something here, because
I might be cynical.
No, you're onto something here, because when we do a little deep dive into the article, he literally shoots down every avenue he has as an owner towards a new stadium, or even retaining his own current stadium setup. It's so baffling to read. So he literally poo-poos leaving Soldier Field. He poo-poos going back to Bridgeview. He poo-poos staying in Soldier Field. He poo-poos going over with the Bears, because they'll be using allegedly turf, which is sacrilegious in my opinion. You should be using just grass.
Thank you.
Every sport athlete deserves grass, whether it's the NFL or soccer players. They all deserve grass in my opinion. I played on both. I played both sports on both. Grass all the way. Game over. But yeah, that's where it is with this football thing. It's really weird when you read into it, because he closes all these doors to himself, as you say. And I wonder if it's with this idea of, okay, just wait out a few things, and then when more doors open, then they make their move. But the move is, next 5 years, they're in Soldier Field.
I hope so, man. Like, if the Bears leave, then why not completely just be the Fire
There's two
stadium?
ways the Bears leave, though. There's two ways the Bears leave. There's the Bears leave and destroy the stadium and literally build basically
That's
right
not
on
gonna
top
happen.
of it.
There's no. I will reiterate. I work in construction. There's no, like in the like the office side of construction.
Do you think this is actually a great question
no
for you?
way.
Do you think that because Soldier Field is not bad, it's not degrading, as far as like a property goes. Do you see them blowing up Soldier Field to create, Comiskey Park 2 or 3, essentially, right next to it? Because that's what they did with Comiskey Park. They destroyed old Comiskey Park. They built up new Comiskey right next to it.
No, the Bears will not pay for that. The Bears are going to Arlington Heights. They bought that land, and they're gonna.
You say the money and the money and the logic of construction lines up with. They're more than likely going to Arlington Heights.
Most likely, but I bet that's
cheaper to build in Arlington Heights than it is in the city, probably, isn't it?
No, listen. They're going to take 20 years to move because they don't want to pay for this. They don't, and we're in a movement where people are finally smart enough to say we don't want this on our taxes.
Yes.
But
it's going to take 20 years for the Bears to move to Arlington Heights.
It's going to take 20 years of them to wear down Arlington Heights until they take a shitty deal. That's exactly what's going to happen. And then you have a goddamn stadium on the lakefront. Just make it a fire-specific thing. Just hang some banners.
The truth about the Bears, the Fire, and Soldier Field. This is the truth about Soldier Field, because the truth is that the Bears are going to hold, it sounds like allegedly, that if I'm reading you're right with your experience in construction and various things, Bears are going to hold Arlington Heights feet to the fire. They get the tax breaks. They get the things that they need to happen. They need to get the land. They need to get a little extra land. They need to get a little thing here. They need to lift up the rug and put a little dirt under it. They'll get that happen from Arlington, where in the city, it's going to be buku more expensive. And the profit, guess what, will be less than what it will be in Arlington Heights, in theory. But do we see a situation like what happened to the Fire? When the Fire left Soldier Field, less fans came a little bit early on. Do the Bears experience that when they move from Soldier Field on the lakefront in the heart of the city to out there?
It's the NFL. It's the only place on the planet that cares about American football, so the stadiums are full. And that's the thing. I don't know, man. I don't know what the future is of sport. Because what city Bears fan is going out to the suburb? Maybe a couple will catch that Metro, but that's going to become an absolute.
This is my big question, because as you're pointing it out, what city fans, and there's a lot of fans in the city, are going to follow the Bears to Arlington Heights? Is it going to be enough for a bigger stadium? Or is the location in Soldier Field key to getting as much attendance as possible?
I'll put it this way.
All the Burlington fans are going to go to Arlington Heights.
I feel like this, honestly. You're going to have way less of a home field advantage. You're going to get so many more of your weekend warriors, people coming from where I grew up to
Minnesota,
go to a game.
Wisconsin, Iowa.
Yeah, you're going to get Iowa. You're going to get a lot of tourists, quote unquote. Even if they're Bears fans, you're going to get a lot more tourists going to the games, I feel like, than say you're hardcore. Park my RV in the same spot every game.
So isn't this whole Bears stadium set up in Arlington Heights supposed to be kind of like a Wrigleyville for the Bears?
It's the Bears. That'll never happen.
Theory,
because the reason I'm saying this is because it will be, if you make a place kind of like a vacation, attraction destination. Mm-hmm. Kind of like how Wrigleyville is with the Cubs and all that, and if you set that up in Arlington Heights, which apparently the Bears had that plan where they were going to have bars and all sorts of stuff line up.
Well, don't say they were going to. They were going to make other people buy those things and do them.
DPG, when it's not baseball season, Wrigleyville's empty.
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily say that.
I mean, it's still popping sometimes Saturday night, man.
I mean,
I hear Wrigleyville.
It's less of a shit show, at least.
It is not a draw during the non-baseball times. It's much more empty. I know hotel owners up there, and it is not baseball season. Just doesn't do as well.
But I can't say about now because I only got a hotel and everything. But back in the day, before they built that, when they still had the Taco Bell.
I've been there. Let's go.
When they had the Taco Bell.
Put in the comments if you've been to that Taco Bell. Next to Wrigley.
That's the Wrigley I remember.
That's a Reddit passage.
Oh, God. Did I tell you guys last summer I looked at an apartment that was 3 buildings down from Wrigley?
Oh, that'd be so fun.
I was just
if I lived in the city, it could get annoying. You hear that organ every, for, I don't know, 90 nights of summer.
So
I would park my car in your parking spot just to go to the game.
That'd be fun.
Right? So hold on. Before we go any further, let's just put on record how we all feel. Jaymes, what is your number one desire for, like, let's say if tomorrow you could snap your fingers and they could either build a new stadium in any of the one places they talked about, they could go to Comiskey, they could stay in. So what is your dream for where the Fire's home is? Where is the home? Where is the heart?
Ask DBG because I'm looking at a map right now.
Okay.
Honestly, if the Birds would have built a stadium in Arlington Heights and it was grass, and I think that was like one of the prerequisites for Mansueto to actually consider that. I would actually prefer him to go. I mean, I'm just saying this as a selfish bastard here because I live in the suburbs. Arlington Heights is only a 25-minute drive for me.
Oakbrook.
God, I work right there, man. I don't want to go there on Saturday too. God,
wait, where do you work in Arlington Heights?
Don't talk about it on the podcast. Don't talk about it on the podcast. But Oakbrook is where I would like. Somewhere around Oakbrook, Downers Grove, Lyle, somewhere around there is, to me, it's the middle of
basically
everything.
You're talking about
you get Naperville people, you get the Southwest people, you get the Northwest people, you get the Chicago. I feel like Downers Grove, that area. Not inside Naperville. That's too close. You got to be off the 355. You got to be off 294.
That's what I was going to say.
You have multiple access and alleyways to get there. Whether it's 55, 355, or 294. Burr Ridge, that's another option.
Here's the thing.
You need to expand 55. 55 needs two more lanes. Both sides.
I think the best thing to look at this is that you need a good infrastructure.
Yes.
Because the thing is, like, getting out of Soldier Field is a crapshoot. It's tough.
But Soldier Field's interesting because you could go north. You could go north and south from Soldier Field. That's what makes Soldier Field interesting.
Why are you guys fucking boomers? Am I losing my mind? Listen, why are you trying to get out? Dude, you tailgate for 3 hours. The game can end in a tie, so it's 2 hours no matter what. And then, when the Chicago Fire are done, hopefully winning a soccer game, guess what? You were at the lakefront at 9:30 on a Saturday night. You had the world. The world is your oyster.
Can I say something here?
What?
I like that.
But
I'm not 22 anymore.
How many kids do you have?
I'm not 20.
I have 0 children.
I'm not 26 anymore.
But dog, you got to go out and have fun sometimes, man.
Bro. That's it, man. You gotta set the example. I gotta set the example. So you know what?
What? I don't.
Hey,
I don't understand this. Why is everybody
we all
games act like they're 80?
We all had that moment in the sun, bro. Sometimes you just kind of have to go in the shade.
Dude, I'm Cristiano Ronaldo here, man. I'm playing.
Hey, but by all means, you enjoy, you enjoy that whole setup. That's by all means. And I always tell you, hey man, go crazy. I don't care. But I mean,
I don't understand how that isn't the biggest draw. It's like you go to an awesome soccer game.
Okay, here's Toke, what do you do after?
Crazy.
Like, okay, so we're leaving the game. We're on the lakefront. Then we got to go into Michigan Avenue. We got to go away from the lake, or we got to go up to the elbow room.
Take a nice walk around the lake. B, go up north on the bus to like Wrigleyville. C, take the train out west a little bit and hang out in the neighborhood bars. D, stay in the loop and go to a rooftop bar.
Elbow rooms in Lincoln Park. That's where everybody goes.
Yeah,
you're talking about the kind of situation that might get Jaymes beat up by his wife. So why
aren't you bringing your girl? Listen, I'm not torturing her. She has a good time, but like she doesn't come to every game. But
my wife definitely has had a good time, or quite a few times, good times at the games.
We need a wives and girlfriend evening for Enemies of the Fire at a soccer game. We don't have many left to make this happen.
Easier said than done. Yeah.
That's going to be easier said than done. Maybe closer to the end of the season. During summer, it's going to be hard, but after Labor Day, will maybe be easier. But it's also NFL season after Labor Day.
Ew. who cares about that? Like,
I find myself I've turned into a huge NFL fan. I was sitting there. I'm like, holy shit, I'm a big NFL fan, and it just came out of nowhere.
I don't know. Maybe I have ADHD. It is too slow for me. It stops far too often. It's just too slow.
I like the plays. I'm used to playing hockey, so like you go out there. Hockey, you give your best 20 seconds sometimes. Your best 20 seconds is a shift sometimes in hockey. It's crazy. I mean, 30, 40 seconds could be a little bit longer.
Hockey is a different animal. But I guess we've avoided this long enough. The Fire played Kansas City in the Leagues Cup.
Yeah, and
we're going
on a 31-minute segment here, so I'll say this.
What do you say?
The Fire lost to Peter Vermees. Is it time for them to flirt with danger? Peter, is it time? No, it's not. I've passed Peter time. I've passed Peter Vermees. There was a time where I thought he would be a great steward for Chicago Fire, and here he is in another tournament. Guess what? Doing better than the Fire. This guy's a tournament coach.
Well, we did rest people, which thank God Frank Klopas decided to rest people.
Thank God. We shouldn't be saying thank God Frank Klopas anything, except maybe thank God Frank Klopas is alive. All right, thank you.
Well, fair. Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
I like it, I like him as a mascot. Frank Klopas and Sparky. Like let's have like a little kids TV show about them solving crimes together.
There you go. That solves the problem. Frank and Sparky together again. They got adventures. Walking down the street. Look at theirs. And then Frank's like, "Oh, there's a soccer ball." And Spark starts running at it. Frank goes, "Spark, freeze."
Spell soccer with me.
S-O-C.
Spell soccer. F-O-O-T-B-A.
The camera does a spin around, and then all of a sudden Frank and Sparky are standing, and they're doing a little dance number. They're like, "All right,
and then have Pano do like a guest appearance.
Oh,
and ask
that'd be great.
Hey,
Pano comes out and hits the gritty.
Smell soup.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Oh, I love the discourse around this team. This is a really healthy team dynamic.
No, dude, we're so checked. Okay, the funny thing is I'm checked out on the Fire, but I've been watching. I've been paying attention. I've even checked in the last few games. It's not just because I have a podcast. It's because I love my local team. I'm interested to see if they're doing well, if they're being successful. But every time I tune in, I just see more losing. And losing's fine if there's like a goal. Yeah. Losing's fine if there's some sort of reason,
progress,
right? There's progress for the
or
goal.
You die fighting.
3 or 4 years ago, we had that where it's like, oh, we're losing for progress' sake, and now we're not.
No progress was made. So, gentlemen, I think we've tortured the people enough. What do we think is going to happen in Bridgeview on Thursday?
Toluca win.
Toluca win, man. Toluca's going to walk over that Fire team.
Yeah, 4-1. I'm calling 4-1.
By the way, Liga
Tom
MX
Barlow with a surprise worldie.
Liga MX struggled against all MLS teams the last few days. So,
really? You mean the team that traveled so many miles in planes and stuff struggled? Interesting.
That's a question. Are any of these games played in Mexico, or is this only?
No, did you not know that that's part of the design? Is none of these games are played?
We said about dollars. We talked about dollars.
100% certainty now. 100% certainty that this is for Liga MX fans in America. Wow, I did not know that.
Like I said, we're getting
same way last year.
By the way, Toluca is a top of the table team in Liga MX.
I know, but the thing is, I also highly recommend that Cancun is a really nice place to travel.
Let's go. I love Cancun.
I've been to Canada, not Mexico.
Is
it different?
You have no culture, bro. You have no culture.
Cozumel, X-Cartel. I've been to Mexico. Let's freaking go.
Mexico's cool, man. You gotta go to Mexico.
You gotta go to Mexico.
I want to go to the Azteca, but I also want to survive.
No, but look, man.
Take a cruise. Hop on a Carnival cruise. You could visit Mexico and with quite a few of those, and you will have a blast. Like they'll drop you off at a couple of the Mexico locations, and you'll just have a blast. And then you can hop on the road, and then you move on to Jamaica, or you stop at Bahamas on your way back to Miami.
Or you know what, Jaymes?
Texas.
he's a vegan, so I don't even know if they believe in that.
Okay, no. There's a fruit bar, 24-hour fruit bar.
Listen, the islands have good vegan food.
Also, there's a 24-hour pizza bar on the boat. There's a 24-hour being on the cruise ship. So much fun. Let's go.
No, but I mean, I like staying at the resorts, bro. They have that 24-hour room service.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Take me to Atlantis.
See, you guys like do vacation very differently. Like, I'd want to stay in like a shack in a neighborhood somewhere, type of thing, man. Like, I'd rather be in with the people.
You could do that in Chicago, south side of Chicago. You don't have to go far.
No, listen. Trust me. There's a friend of ours. We had to go searching around Humboldt for the other night. Yeah.
Hey, you walk into heading south on the red line at night. You talk about adventure. I'm just saying.
You talk about adventure, he says.
A little Airbnb though, in another nation. That'd be cool.
But here's the thing, man. It's like, honestly, I like staying at resorts because when I'm on vacation, I don't want to do anything.
Exactly.
See, I'd rather camp.
Usually,
I don't want to do anything. If it's too excruciating, I'm not doing it. Like, honestly, I'd rather just sit, not do anything, and eat and not do anything.
Yes, sit, drink.
Okay, hold on. Gentlemen, I think that's what I want to do with the rest of my evening is sit around and do nothing. So now that we're talking about travel plans, let's let the people loose here. Everybody, thank you for checking out Enemies of the Fire podcast. We really have a good time doing it. We hope you have a good time listening to it. Like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff really helps the channel. We're not trying to be, internet famous. We're just trying to have a good time here, and we're come on along for the good time with us, man. So for FC Neo Tokyo, for Jaymes, for DPG, thank you all for hanging out. Peace and love. Anybody else got any words of wisdom?
Yeah, unfortunately, go Fire.
Go Fire! And go U.S. men's national team and U.S. women's national team and U.S. Olympians. Let's go!
Well, at least we solved one rumor. Triple G did not coach the Fire against Kansas City.
No, that's true. We were hoping for it. Doesn't seem likely he's even coming in.
At the end of the season,
it doesn't feel likely to me right now.
Where are we? We said goodbye already, but where are we in life where we're happy about, we're excited about Greg Berhalter?
We're excited at the offseason at the possibility of Greg Berhalter.
Well, change is good sometimes.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.